Oh. Yo, what is good, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of 2025. Welcome back to the Renegade Roundtable podcast. I'm Jeff Kirby. As always, each and every week, we are joined by Jared. Jared, how in the hell are you?
Doing good. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to everyone. 2025, we are here.
Haven't talked to you guys since last year.
Yeah, I knew that was coming, but that's all we've been talking about. But New Year. Let's see what happens.
Hey, 2025 is gonna be a hell of a year. Hopefully, it could be a hell of a year to start off for the to finish off the football season here for the Steelers. We have a guaranteed 2 games left.
That is correct.
We could be like some of these other teams and have a guaranteed 1 game left, but we are guaranteed an extra game. And thank God.
But
thank
God for sure.
But yeah, so it's been weird. The Steelers went from playing 3 games in 11 days to having 9-10 days off. Was it? Yeah, like 10 days off.
That is correct.
Between games. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team can respond, to see how this team will be able to use that rest to go into you guys know what the hell I mean. Cincinnati comes here and see what the hell they're going to be able to do. See if they're able to figure out the communication issues on defense, because that was a big thing. And by the way, I will say this. I owe Jared an apology. I will eat my words. We had this discussion on who we thought the issue was. He had said Cam Sutton. I had said I thought it was Minka. From what it seems like it's probably more of Cam Sutton that's the issue. And so, Jared, I owe you the apology. You were right. I was wrong. I eat my words.
Yeah, it is what it is. I thought so. Myself, but it's okay. We're not always right. Not always right.
But that's the thing. If Cam Sutton is going to just cause this many issues, he can't be on the field.
Oh yeah.
He's simply now. I get it that last week it was a little bit tough because you had Joey Porter Jr. out, so you were kind of already strapped in the secondary to begin with. But now you're going to get him back this week.
Yep.
Corey Trice is looking promising.
Yep. We just need more playing time for him. That's what it is.
You simply cannot put Cam Sutton on the field if he's going to go out there and just make these kind of mistakes.
Go. As of right now, no. And Dante Jackson popped up on the injury report with a back. So we'll see if that limits him, and we'll see what happens. It is what it is, but it's a new week, new year. Haven't lost in the new year yet. Everyone's 0-0 in the new year.
Okay, first off, time out. I know of one team that has lost already this year.
Oh, well. Who's that?
In California, it must have been duck hunting season. Because those ducks choked on these nuts.
Oh, man. Well,
all I got to say is off topic for 2 seconds. If Ohio State's going to continue to play like that, ain't no one beating us. We're going to go and win the national championship.
Well, as long as Jeremiah Smith, whatever that guy's name, Smith's on the field. You guys
Jeremiah Smith, good Lord have mercy. And by the way, I'm going to say something real quick. And I know we're not into the era of talking draft yet. We're not doing that yet. But I had a thought as I was watching that game yesterday. And I sent this to our boy Herb, and he seems to somewhat agree with this. Jack Sawyer, who's a potential first-round pick this year in the NFL draft, poor man's TJ Watt.
I don't know.
Similar build. The way that he's just constantly able to bat passes down.
Mm-hmm.
There was just something about it. You look at you're like, you know what? You can kind of see a poor man's TJ in there. So it's going to be interesting. I think in the way that he's been playing down the stretch, he's definitely helping out his case because I thought he was a borderline late first round pick kind of guy. I think he's starting to maybe solidify himself a little bit more as a, hey, this is, and here we go. Speaking of Herb, here he is. Very, 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 very important. And I mean, and you know what? And that's not wrong though. And it could be more. You could say that someone reminds you of something just because of the build. Yeah. I mean, as build wise, reminds me of him. And then just the way that he's able to bat passes down, you're like, okay, man, maybe. And if you could become anything like TJ, if you could become, gain anything, you'll be all right in this league.
Yeah.
Who will 100%. Win? According to the betting odds. At least. So when it comes to TJ, we got to say, according to the betting odds.
They're -6 right now, as I saw. I'm talking about the Ohio State game.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that, by the way, real quick. for all the Texas Shorthorn fans.
Oh, my gosh. Here we go.
I love talking my shit. But all right, back to regularly scheduled programming. And by the way, Herb, all I got to say is you're going to want to say in the friends conversation we're going to have a little bit later on because I know I've sneak peeked it to you already. And we're going to get to that here in just a little bit. But I want to get back into what this game on Saturday because there's a chance that we'll already know what the Steelers' fate's going to be.
Yep.
And let's be honest here. Did you see the line for the Browns Ravens game?
Yeah.
For an NFL game. That is absurd. It's got even worse. It is now.
I think
19.5.
Wasn't almost high odds like that last time when they went up against each other?
Not like that. Not like that.
I think they were 7. They're probably 7 then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing if I can look it up here. Yeah, I mean, -7's like, okay, no, it was 9.5.
Oh, wow.
But 19.5. Well, it opened up at 9.5, and the spread at the game was 7.5.
Okay, well.
But I mean, for this game to be 19.5 for the NFL.
Listen, man, all I'm saying is
those kind of games are the kind of games that it's like you throw like $2 in there.
Yep.
Just cause.
Just cause. That is correct. And I don't like those odds. I don't it's very high.
The money line is Ravens -2,500, Browns +1,100.
Oh my God! So you could put $2 in there and win $22, basically.
Hey, you could spend $2 and get yourself a hamburger sandwich from Five Guys.
Yeah, pretty much. If the Browns win. Wow.
But hey, all I gotta say is I mean, let's be honest here. I have a better chance of getting a 6-pack of 5 minutes than the Browns winning that game. But we can only hope.
We can only hope,
Although, I mean, to be fair, we had a chance. And you know what? I gotta say this about Steeler fans, and this is starting to be something that's starting to piss me off a little bit. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing Steeler fans try to use the narrative of 3 games in 11 days. Like there wasn't 3 other teams that had that same exact issue, and 2 of those teams went 3-0 in that stretch.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Stop trying to find any actual excuse to show that this team has been piss poor in playing lackadaisical football the last 3 weeks of the NFL season.
Yep.
I'm sorry that you couldn't. that the offense couldn't do jack anything against Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that against Baltimore, that defense decided to just lay an egg.
Yep.
I'm sorry that Cam Sutton's out here on defense playing snooze fest.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Russell Wilson throwing in a triple coverage on 4th and whatever.
Yep.
Stop trying to find excuses. It's okay to admit they're not playing good football right now at the absolute worst time imaginable. The last 3, we were hoping that when we've been hearing the narratives all year long that the Steelers are frauds, that the Steelers were this and that. You had a chance to go out there and at least make yourself look compatible against these teams. And what have you done all 3 games? You shit the absolute bed.
Yep, and they could have
all 3.
Yeah, and they could have.
You had a chance to lock up the division. You didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You had a chance to go out there and at least look compatible against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Nope.
It looked like the Oregon-Ohio State game last night.
Yep.
Philadelphia, apparently you just can't win there because we haven't won there since JFK was alive.
Yep.
I mean, stop making excuses. God damn, I don't get it.
Just that the whole team didn't play well. That's how it's simple as that. As simple as that. It doesn't matter which phase of the team didn't play well. It's a team game. Everyone lost. The whole team lost.
It'd be a different story if you play those games and you lost close games.
Yep, and
you were competitive.
Right. Yep.
But that wasn't the case in any of them.
Nope.
It wasn't. It was straight up belt to ass.
Yep.
3 games in a row. And I hope that you guys found a way. I hope during that little mini bye, I hope you guys found a little something. I hope you guys looked yourselves in the damn mirror and say, what the hell is going on? What the hell do I need to change? And I need to change it quick, fast, and in a damn hurry.
Because I need to win this week. I would like to win this week. Everyone would like to win this week because you never know. We'll act like you said. We'll find out before the game is. What happens to the Ravens game? It doesn't matter. I still play to win. Need to win this game to at least to lock up the 5th seed. Worst case scenario if we win. Because let's say if we lose, and then the Chargers win, we're the 6th seed, and we go play Baltimore.
Which, by the way, here, speaking of which, Herb here says, I would love to see the Steelers host a playoff game, but the best case scenario is going to Houston.
Yep. Exactly. Correct. So that's the best case scenario right now. We get the 5th seed, we play Houston. And see what happens there. I'm not going to speak on, we have it's our best chance to win, but that's the same best case scenario. Yeah. Play against Houston. It's a good chance. I still have, even if we play against Baltimore, I still think we could beat Baltimore. We've done it before. Even though it's at Baltimore, it'd be different this time. It'd be playoff atmosphere, playoff game. Doesn't matter. All we need to do this week is win. I don't want to see the Bengals in the playoffs. Give them no hope.
No one does.
No one wants to see Cincinnati in the Bengals. Cincinnati in the playoffs. Please.
No one wants to see Cincinnati in the Bengals.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see them in the playoffs. No hope. Murder their dreams. Please.
I ain't worried about them. I'm worried about let's just us get the win for us.
No, yeah, for us. That's what I want.
Yeah, because if you go and you know what, even if you you go and win a playoff game, or you go and you get a home playoff game, your first home playoff game with fans in the stands since the 2017 season.
Yeah.
Which we know happened in that game.
Yeah. Don't even want to think about it.
Lord, that game still irritates me to this day. Thank God I had to work that day, so I didn't watch that game.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, Houston, and you know what? Even Houston, I don't think it's a guarantee that we would win that game at all.
No, nothing is guaranteed. No guaranteed. There's no guaranteed wins. Just you have the best chance if you even to pick out of those 4 teams you go up against. Right now, it's probably Houston, then maybe Baltimore, then Buffalo.
That's the one thing. Thank God we don't have to go to Buffalo.
Yep. Very nice. You don't have to play Buffalo
for now.
For now, that is very true.
Hopefully, never again. Amen. But
hopefully no weather issues for them.
Oh no, there will be 0 issues now because it's going to be sunny and it's going to be 35 degrees and 35 degrees there is going to be like 65 Buffalo. So but if we were to go there, no.
But anyways, like I said, we just got to win our game, and I'm sure you've seen it. Some players returned to practice this week from IR. A couple players. Will we see them? I don't know. I don't know if you know if they come back. I don't think they will. Personally, I don't know. I would love to see one of them come back at least. I would love to see Roman Wilson at least play something.
I got a comment here from Facebook.
Oh boy.
If you live in Cleveland and root for the Steelers, you a fraud and should eat kibble and bits till you die.
That's okay.
Can I smother in gravy?
That's crazy.
Roman Wilson, Cole Holcomb, and Logan Lee are out. Dante Jackson is questionable.
Okay, well, I haven't seen the recent announcement, but okay.
Very cool. I mean, yeah, Cole Holcomb, whatever. Roman Wilson wasn't expecting him to play at all. Logan Lee, I'm pretty sure didn't he just have a baby?
No idea.
I was gonna say I thought I saw that he had a baby, which if he did, congratulations to him and his wife. And then Dante Jackson, ever since that Raiders game, he has been burnt toast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, they're all out. Well, that means won't see them. Okay. So Dante Jackson's the only one that's questionable.
So, are you ready to have a interesting conversation here?
Well, great. Don't want this conversation, honestly, but okay.
So, there's been a lot of talks lately about what the Steelers are going to do depending on certain scenarios at the quarterback position next year. If the Steelers decide, hey, we're not going to pay Russell Wilson $40 million a year.
I still wouldn't.
And Justin Fields, you still have question marks on him. Interesting guy. That could be a young guy who's won and in his life in football.
Wow.
And I think that there would be the potential that you could make something, especially in a Arthur Smith offense.
Yeah.
Good old, and Herb, you're going to love this, J.J. McCarthy. And this was someone that started to really grow on me last year during the draft process. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of him, but then we got throughout. I started to become more of a fan of him. And this went back to the conversation me and Herb had back in January of last year, where I had said I thought that Minnesota would be the perfect fit for him. Mm-hmm. Got there, but we never got to see him play because he got hurt, and Sam Darnold is out there just lighting it up.
Yep.
So if you're the Steelers, I think that ought to be a realistic option. And the reason why I say that is because it's not going to be an old bridge going. I keep on seeing people mention Aaron Rodgers. Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
I no.
And you're not going to want to pay Russell Wilson $40 million.
Nope.
Justin Fields, I think there's still question marks on him.
Mm-hmm.
Who out there is there that's not going to be like this? Could be a potential franchise quarterback.
Yeah, good potential. Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm not disagreeing. Now, what is he worth? That's the question.
That I don't know, and I'm
That's
glad I don't. And let's not forget too, he's cheap. He's going to be on a rookie deal.
Yeah, he's cheap,
and he'll have a 5th-year option that you'll be able to exercise, so you'll be able to get him for an extra year.
That is very true, but it's always come down. I'm glad we don't make these decisions. It's always about what's the cost. What's the cost for trade for J.J. McCarthy? That's my one question. That what is he worth? He didn't play didn't play at all.
Right.
He was a first round. I know he was picked in the first round. What is he actually worth? Is he worth just one first rounder, a first and a second, 2 first rounders? What is he worth? That's my question. That is legitimately my question.
I don't know, and I'm glad. But if you could somehow, some way get him without having to give up a first, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
See, I wouldn't be mad at that.
All right. So Herb here, and I like Herb, obviously, because he's a Michigan fan too. So when it comes to this guy, I listen to him a little bit more. In my opinion, if you're Minnesota, you don't trade JJ because you're risking your entire future off of one great year from Sam Darnold.
And that's
are the stars aligning with him, or is he a system QB?
That's what I thought too.
Here's my thought on that, though. It's number one, we know how these guys are in the NFL. You know damn well in one year will change a whole lot.
Yeah, no, you're.
And number 2, even if he is a quote unquote system quarterback, the system is working phenomenal. And it's Kevin O'Connell that's the one that's running the shots over there.
Mm-hmm.
So why I even if he is a quote unquote system quarterback, the system's working. You have 2 great wide receivers. You have Justin Jefferson, still have Jordan Addison, still got TJ Hawkinson. So I still think even if they were, I think they would still work. Sam Darnold has been out there balling.
It's true. Like you say, it's a risk. It's a risk either way.
And here's another thing too. If you're Minnesota, why not? Even though you're still great, why not try and get additional draft picks that you could use to finagle in the future for if you wanted to go and get someone in the trade deadline at some point, or if there was some, you can maneuver around in the draft next year, this coming up year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, yes, I am going to make an argument I'm going to try and make an argument because I really like the idea. I would love to see J.J. McCarthy. That's funny that me, an Ohio State fan, is really wanting a Michigan guy to come here.
It's I thought I would never see the day, but I don't know. I'm.
Your pop says, "Does Arthur's maybe in college, but he ain't getting one this year. Or he ain't getting one in the NFL this year. That's for sure."
Yeah, probably college. Yeah, as the weeks go by now. Yeah,
but yeah, I don't see it. But like I said, I would and I think the one thing too is if you are the Steelers and if you are able to get J.J. McCarthy, I think J.J. McCarthy is the kind of guy that could fit into an Arthur Smith kind of system.
It's true.
Because I think the similar system, there's a similar-esque system in what Arthur Smith wants to do.
What Michigan did.
And what you see kind of with what Minnesota. A lot of play action, a lot of bootleg. You can do those kind of things. And I think that's where J.J. McCarthy could go and shine. Herb says, but does he have this great of a year without just Jefferson or Jordan Addison. JJ brings more to the offense too. Better arm, faster legs. Granted, he lacks experience, but is Sam Darnold as good if he's in New England or Vegas? I think too, and I think this is the one thing is no matter how great, quote unquote, a quarterback is, you got to have a system that fits around you as well. It's very, very, very rare that you could get a quarterback that's throwing any system imaginable and they're going to shine and be great.
Yep.
And so I think when you find a guy that you find a quarterback that can fit a system and the system works well for the quarterback and they bounce together very well, I think that's when you have something, when you found something. So that I think, again, that's, me making the argument of, hey, I think if you're Minnesota, yeah, I think you should go and try and pay Sam Darnold. He's still youngish. He's still under 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've gotten an unfair look at Sam Darnold because he's gotten in a crapshoot situation with New York.
Yep.
Then became a crapshoot situation in Carolina.
Yep.
And then he's about, then he was in San Francisco last year.
Yep.
And now this year he gets himself a chance after JJ gets hurt, and man, is he balled out.
Yeah. Found the spot. He found the spot.
Mm-hmm. So TJ here says, so are y'all ready for Houston? Hey, let's hope. You go out there, if you could go and get yourself a win out there, that if that's what ends up happening, I'd be
Let's go. Then let's go. Then let's go. I'm ready.
Derpy here says Jeff just want to say go Bucks, belt to ass last night performance. Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said, we went duck hunting last night. Another comment here from TJ here that says, I don't care about JJ right now. I want Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, or T. Higgins to pull a Brock Purdy. Absolutely. Okay, first off, absolutely not to Brock Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
I am out. I am way out on Brock Purdy. Never that I was even in on that. Never that has that come up in my head. But I am out on him.
Mm-hmm.
T.
Higgins, I would love. I would love T. Higgins. I would love to have T. Higgins.
I would love to have him, but I just don't think that's a realistic option. So I'm just not that's kind of not even in my radar.
I know it's not realistic, but good hope.
But yeah, I just so we got Herb here that says we got to focus on Cincinnati, which is true, which is very well true. I'm not even gonna. You know what? I'll just. You know what I'll say to that is, you guys are still watching us in the playoffs. You guys played in the ReliQuest, whatever, no one care about bowl. And then Brock Purdy is the definition of a system quarterback. Yes, and that is the definition. Herb, what you said is everything clicking or all the stars are lining up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Brock Purdy is the definition of that. Brock Purdy is the definition of if everything is not perfect, you see what happens.
Yeah, without some of his top weapons, he did not look.
They lose one person, and he just looks like a shell of himself. Yeah. And now with the potential that there's even more going on with that arm that's already been surgically repaired, yeah, no, I'm out. Nope, not happening.
I agree. Totally agree. But we got to focus on Cincinnati first. As much as we love to talk about who we want as a future wide receiver on our team and all that. Talk about the guys who are still on it.
Yeah, and you know what too is another thing too to think about. Going back to this whole JJ McCarthy argument is Steelers are going to have some money to spend next year in free agency.
Oh, I know.
So if you go out there and get yourself a potential franchise quarterback, that's where you could go out and ball out a little bit in free agency. Go and get yourself someone Imagine this dream scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Get your franchise quarterback. You don't have to spend a first-round pick. I'm just hoping and praying.
I pray.
You have a good amount of money. You have Troy Fautanu coming back next year.
Mm-hmm. Dan Moore will be gone.
So you will have 2 young tackles.
Yeah.
You have your center of the future who he has been balling out.
Oh yeah, rookie MVP, right? Yeah.
You have Roman Wilson who will be coming back next year. JJ McCarthy and Roman Wilson have that dynamic duo already. They have that chemistry.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You're not wrong, but I just don't know what we're man.
So, a couple more comments here. Derpy here says, I honestly don't think Fields got a fair chance, but that's just me, I guess. I don't know if I can say that, though, because, I mean, he had multiple weeks ago out there, especially that Dallas game when it was getting close to potential Russell Wilson coming back. If he goes out there and balls out in that Dallas game, I don't think there's even a chance. And then in that Raiders game, I was there. It's a lot of just running game. I think if he would have went out there and balled out and played better, I think we wouldn't have had that, even that discussion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think to say that he had an unfair chance, I don't agree with that. Derpy says, I want a Mecca Buka. Wouldn't be mad at that. I just don't see us getting a wide receiver in the first round. I just don't see it.
I see a corners right now.
Trade for Blake Crum. Trey Van Henderson.
Oh my god.
And then we got Michigan East.
Oh my god.
That's the last thing I need to see. It'd be Emeka Buka, Cam Scatabo, and Denzel Burke. First off, Denzel Burke is more like Denzel Byrne. That dude's getting burned all the damn time. Emeka Buka, I wouldn't be mad at, and Cam Scatabo, I wouldn't be mad at either. I wouldn't be mad at any of those.
Yeah.
But I think
I balled out yesterday.
Corner needs to be discussed.
Corner is
receiver definitely obviously yes can be in play. I wouldn't be mad at a corner because this and
it's another offensive lineman. I'm going to be honest.
I don't know if this is the year for the offensive line that you like the draft that you want to have for offensive linemen. If I'm going to be very honest,
it's not looking good.
It's very
rare, you would say. Or not good to choose, pickup wise.
It's not as heavy as you usually see.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. I'm just wondering, curious.
If we go wide receiver 1, let it be a Buka or a Manure. I can't pronounce that dude's last name. And then low key, this class is kind of weak. I agree with that 100%. This class is kind of on the weaker side.
For this draft, yeah.
Yeah, for this draft. And I think all I got to say is thank God I don't think the Steelers are a realistic team to go after a quarterback in the draft this year. Because Lord, I do not want to be a team going for a quarterback this year.
Does not look good.
If I'm being very,
not many good ones. Hell. Not many good ones.
Yeah. Oop, hold on. All right, there we go. Oop, hold on. You guys lost me for a sec. My computer just started going crazy on me for a sec.
Yeah, but. Anyways, not many good quarterbacks this year coming out of the draft.
Here we got a comment here. It says, "What DB will be on the board after the top ones are gone that are worth a first?"
You guys gonna wrong me? I don't know.
I've been kind of last at day school on my draft stuff. There are some guys I think corner wise. Obviously, you're going to have Will Johnson, Travis Hunter, like you said, are going to be there.
Yep.
I mean, there are guys like I still think Denzel Burke has the potential chance to be a first-round pick.
Mhm.
Benjamin Morris from Notre Dame, Sicario Davis from Arizona, Jabbar Muhammad from Oregon. There's some guys still, but we all know how that goes.
Yep.
Well, Ravens won the division. The Browns are starting Bailey Zappi. Hell, it's better than what they've been doing because DTR has been probably the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life. For being honest here. Drew Aller, 2025 Big Ben Part 2. Absolutely not. Drew Aller, I am not high on Drew Aller whatsoever. And I know for a fact Herb is the same way. I'm not a fan of Drew Aller. And he played high school ball about 30 minutes away from me. But yeah, no, I am not a fan of him at all.
I just got to see more. Like this playoff run will show a little bit more of good competition he goes up against this year. So the winner of this Georgia game and Notre Dame should be a good test for Drew Aller next week.
All right, there you guys go. Get you guys a camera for real quick because, like I said, my computer started to glitch out for a sec. Oh, what the heck is going on here? Good Lord, my computer's all messed up right now for whatever reason. So we're just going to do that, and you guys can just hear my voice. And then we got a bunch of comments coming in. Shadur Sanders, in my opinion, is quarterback one, and that's all need to be said about this quarterback class. I don't even know if he's quarterback one, but to be fair, yeah, this quarterback class is not good at all.
It's either him or Cam Ward. That's pretty much it. It's him or Cam Ward right now.
TJ, you are on crack talking about Drew Aller. This one, Aller equals poop.
Like I said, Aller against a good competition. The next game will be interesting. What if he shows you something? Will that change your mind a little bit, or no? Or you need to see more consistently?
What was the question?
Drew Aller going against a good defense.
I want to see him do it. I just want to see him do it for another year. I personally,
just another year. Okay.
Yeah, I think I need to see another year.
Makes sense. I agree. That's why I said the same thing. I'm not. Are we just giving up on Fields? I don't know, Pops. I wish I know. I don't know.
I don't know if it's necessarily
giving up
on him. I think we saw what he is.
He did okay. He wasn't bad. He'll be great. I'd love to have him as a backup, 100%. But I don't think Fields doesn't want to be a backup. Fields wants to go try to start somewhere.
Exactly, and I don't see that being the case.
And with this weak quarterback class, I think there's going to be a chance to definitely start at some places. You never know. Did this man just leave me out?
There we go. I don't know what the hell is going on. My computer's like glitching out on me like crazy.
I was like, yeah, I'm here. I was like, what? I was like, damn, let me alone.
Nah, I don't know what the hell's going on with my computer. But you know what? We're just gonna roll with it for a minute. This is turning into amateur hour for a sec. And then $30 million for Russ's highway robbery. Well, I think he's gonna get more than that. He'll probably end up getting more than that. He'll get like 40 a year.
See, that's the problem. I don't want to pay 40.
And I don't either. So I think this has got to be a one and done, unless he's willing to take a discount.
Because he said he wants to play, then you better take a discount.
Yeah.
The Steelers are not going to pay you $40 million a year.
No, not at all.
I think 20 to 25 maybe. I'm just guessing here. 30 million maybe. That's just, I don't even think they pay him that high.
He would need to show more consistency because he's shown consistently he can't go against the NFL caliber defense like in Michigan and Ohio State. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Herb's right there. Michigan's got two guys at least on defense that are top 10 worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Will Johnson and Mason Graham. Those two guys are easily top 10 worthy NFL guys in this draft. And then on top of that, and there's still other guys too that can be top whatever picks in this draft class.
Mm-hmm.
So,
no, I don't blame you. Like I said, it's just a lot of questions going into the offseason, no matter what, as always. It's more questions that need to be answered, depending on what happens with the Steelers this season. We'll see what we'll do in the next Saturday, and then and see who we play against either next Saturday or Sunday following after that.
Hold on, I'm confirming something real quick because there might be some interesting news that just came out.
Oh boy!
All right, looks like Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe is declared for the 2025 draft.
Really? Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Hey, all right. So there's another guy that
it's on the board.
There, you're gonna add that to the list of guys.
So he's number 3?
But that probably, yeah. I'd rather stick with Fields for cheaper as a bridge. If we're gonna do anything, if you're gonna go on the quote unquote cheaper route, then I want to go and trade for JJ McCarthy at that point. I think, and plus I'm sick and tired of quote unquote bridge quarterbacks. I don't want a bridge quarterback. I want to find our guy.
I agree. 100%. Should have been done years ago, but we're here now.
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
You think Minnesota will take Dan Moore from
My dad cannot wait to see Dan Moore leave after this season.
Hey, Steve, did you not get your Dan Moore jersey in the mail? I sent you guys over a Dan Moore jersey for Christmas. Milroe got exposed. Yeah, that four drive sequence was one of the craziest I had ever seen. Mm-hmm. Cheaper, we're gonna have to give high capital. Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes, and we don't know what the hell we're gonna actually have to give up for one, and for two, mm-hmm. You got to do what you got to do sometimes to go get yourself your franchise quarterback.
No,
there's no one in this class that you'd be able to go out and get anyway. Yeah, we're not. You don't want to pay. You don't want to pay Russell Wilson $40 million.
No.
In my opinion, I don't think that Justin Fields is the guy.
But if you get it for cheap, I say go for it.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen now. Like I said earlier, I think Fields is going to go for a starting job. You got the Raiders. Maybe it depends what happens in the draft. You got the Raiders, maybe the Giants, maybe. I wouldn't say Tennessee. No, I don't know what they're going to do. Tennessee.
I don't know though, because I mean, Will Levis is not good.
Not the answer. Tennessee. There's a couple teams out there. I'm just not thinking at the top of my head, but that's a couple. And then maybe I'm guessing Seattle's still going to stick with Geno for a little longer. I don't like that's another question they got to start thinking about too. Is Geno Smith after what's next after him?
Yeah,
because they give him a nice little 2-3 years.
Yeah, I think it was a 3-year deal.
3-year deal. Okay, so I guess they still got some time, but that's another one I still worry about. Now, Tampa's fine. They're sticking with Baker for probably as long as they can. Carolina still with Bryce.
Bryce Young is starting to look a little promising.
The Saints is another one. There you go. Saints is another one. Down and Derek Carr.
I'll say you still got Derek Carr on a lot of money there.
Yeah, look at Cleveland. Look at Cleveland with a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a whole different. They're in their own territory of bad.
2 teams in the bad territory.
We are going to prioritize wide receiver, DB, line depth. Quarterback is a Band-Aid for this team. Tomlin can't develop quarterbacks. He need an already developed quarterback for this to work. And I think part of it too is, I think, let's be honest here. Mm-hmm. We haven't seen Tomlin like in a you had Ben Roethlisberger for most of your career,
Yep.
and then you have arguably one of the worst offensive coordinators in the history that you had ever seen with Kenny Pickett. Which, by the way, I mean, hell, even then he went 10 for 15 for a buck whatever and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now it's funny that Tanner McKee went throwing 2 touchdowns, in his
Yeah.
family passes, but that's here and over there. I think we really haven't had a true chance to see him, quote unquote, develop a quarterback.
It's very
and
true.
even then, he's a defensive guy, so that's why you need to come in and try and bring in as many offensive coaches that you can to come and try and help develop him.
I agree 100%.
And let's not forget too, while he's been out, he's still been learning under a very good offensive minded head coach in Kevin O'Connell.
Yep.
So I think in that case, hey, sometimes that's what you need. Sam Darnold spent last year in San Francisco, and they were, he got to learn under them for a year, and then you go into this situation. Hey, you see what happened with him.
Thriving.
Versus the crapshoot situations that he was in, like I said earlier, with the Jets and the Panthers.
Yep. But, anyways, we'll see. I don't know. It's a lot of questions. Like I said, we're gonna go into the off season. Like I said, we still got to re-sign players. All the who's coming back, who's not going to be back. I'm sure we'll get all into that into the off season.
Oh yeah.
Once we'll get there, because it's a big year for us. It's a lot of questions. What's going to happen? Like I said, are we going to pay Russ this amount of money? Probably not. No.
Probably not. Mm-hmm. Nor do I blame them.
I don't blame them. No. Is Najee going to come back? Are we going to resign him? I don't know. That's another great question to have. Are we going to extend? Maybe give George Pickens an extension right now? Do we give him that? Just things that needs to start thinking about into the off season of what we need to do.
But other than that, we got here. Herb says, "Don't care. Russ is Super Bowl bound. Let's freaking hope so."
Well, I hope so. I am praying,
hoping and praying. Other than that, I think that might be about it for this week's episode.
One question.
Okay.
One question. If Russ gets us a Super Bowl, do you pay him $40 million? That's the question there.
How well does he play in the playoffs?
Don't act. No.
No. That 1,000,000% matters. That 1,000,000% matters. Because is he going out there looking like 2013 Joe Flacco, or is he going to look out there like 2015 Peyton Manning?
Let's say he plays really well.
Then I'd consider it.
Let's say he wins it and he plays average. What do you say to that?
No.
Okay then. All right. No. I'm just curious. I'm on the same.
Because that's exactly what you asked me. Are you getting 2015, 2016 Peyton Manning, or are you getting 2013 playoffs Joe Flacco? And you saw what happened with Joe. Even then, you saw what happened with Joe Flacco when he got paid. Didn't play as well.
It's very true.
But
very true. But that's it. That's all I got.
But other than that, I do think that's about it for this episode. I do want to say thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys did enjoy. Once again, I appreciate all your guys' comments. We appreciate interacting with you guys. We always enjoy that. Mm-hmm. Until then, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Mm-hmm. If you're on X, go and follow us both on X.
Yep.
And if you're on Facebook, well then, hello everyone. How you guys doing? But until then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.
Hope we can somehow win this division. Let's see what happens. And until then, have a great weekend. Stay safe. F the Magic. F Michigan. Till then, peace out, everyone.